Get stories for kids.
The Brave Little Knight. In the quiet village of Glenmore, nestled in a misty valley, fear silenced once cheerful streets. A terrible beast had taken refuge in the nearby forest, and no one dared to face it. 10-year-old Cedric, a squire with a heart bolder than his small frame, stood in the square gripping the wooden sword his father had carved. "Someone has to do something," he muttered. Beside him, his friend Myra clutched her sketchbook of knights and maps. "You're not really going, are you?" she asked nervously. "I have to," Cedric replied firmly. "If no one stops the beast, who will?" At dawn, Cedric ventured into the forest, his wooden sword and shield his only companions. The air grew cold, and the trees seemed to whisper warnings, but Cedric pressed on. When he reached a raging river with no bridge, an old badger in a frayed cloak appeared. "Only the clever may cross," the badger said. "Solve my riddle, or turn back." Cedric paused, carefully considering each word before answering. "Time," he said confidently. The badger nodded, revealing a hidden bridge. "You're clever and brave. You'll need both to face what lies ahead." Deeper in the forest, Cedric met a wolf with glowing eyes. It snarled, blocking his path. "You seek the beast. Foolish child." Cedric held his ground. "I don't want to fight you. I just need to pass." He offered the wolf a piece of bread. The wolf sniffed it, then slunk away, leaving him unharmed. "Even shadows need kindness," Cedric murmured. At last, Cedric reached a crumbling tower tangled in black vines. Inside, a deep growl rumbled. He climbed the steps, his legs trembling, until he found himself face to face with a dragon. Its scales as dark as night and its yellow eyes blazing. "Who dares disturb me?" the dragon roared. "I am Cedric of Glenmore," he shouted back. "You've frightened my people." "Why?" the dragon laughed, its voice shaking the tower. "You? A mere child. What can you do against me?" Cedric lowered his sword. "Maybe I can't fight you, but I can listen. Why do you haunt our village?" The dragon hesitated, its fiery gaze softening. "Long ago, your people built their homes on my lands. They took my treasures and drove me into the forest. My anger grew too great to bear." Cedric knelt before the beast. "Let us make peace. I'll return your treasures and ask the villagers to honor your home. But you must promise to leave us in peace." The dragon studied him before nodding. "You are brave and wise beyond your years. I will trust you." When Cedric returned to Glenmore, the villagers were frightened, but his courage inspired them. Together, they unearthed the dragon's treasures and returned them to the clearing. The mist lifted, and harmony returned to the valley. From that day, Cedric was known as the Brave Little Knight. A hero not for his sword but for his heart. When Myra teased, "What's next? Saving a kingdom?" Cedric grinned. "Maybe. But first, breakfast." The end.